Johnny Depp's return to the director's chair after more than 2 decades has ignited a firestorm of anticipation and fascination across the global film community. The announcement that Depp would helm Modì, a biopic about Italian artist Amedeo Modigliani, has captivated audiences not only because of its subject but due to the powerhouse casting, Depp directing and Al Pacino producing and co-starring. It's a collaboration many fans never dared to dream about. 2 cinematic legends united in a passion project that blends historical drama, emotional depth, and a true life story of art, struggle, and redemption. This bold artistic endeavor marks what many are already calling Johnny Depp's most daring and personal project to date. For Depp, who has weathered personal and professional storms in recent years, Modì is not just a film, it's a defining moment in his career, a statement of resilience and a creative rebirth. Set in war-ravaged Paris during World War I, Modì follows 48 intense hours in the life of Amedeo Modigliani, a painter and sculptor whose bohemian lifestyle and stormy relationships often overshadowed his artistic brilliance. Born in Italy but drawn to the heart of the European avant-garde, Modigliani's life was marked by poverty, illness, addiction, and a passionate drive to leave an indelible mark on the art world. The biopic doesn't attempt to summarize his entire life, but instead zooms in on a crucial 2-day window when Modigliani finds himself on the run from the police and facing a career-defining crossroads. During these fateful hours, he encounters influential figures in the Parisian art scene and reflects on the personal and professional choices that brought him to the brink. For Depp, whose own life has been marred by public scrutiny and controversy, Modigliani's narrative likely resonates on a deeply personal level, adding authenticity and emotional gravity to the film's portrayal. Al Pacino, a titan of American cinema, has long admired Modigliani's tortured genius. He has championed this project for years, nurturing the idea of bringing the artist's story to life on screen. Now, with Depp at the helm and Pacino not only producing but also taking on a significant acting role, the project has been catapulted into the cinematic stratosphere. Pacino's involvement ensures a certain gravitas, a magnetic pull that commands attention and elevates the stakes. This is not just another art house biopic, it's a character-driven exploration of the fragile line between genius and madness, led by 2 artists who know what it means to walk that line themselves. The collaboration between Depp and Pacino isn't just exciting, it's electrifying. Their shared history as Hollywood mavericks, both celebrated and castigated, injects the film with layers of metatextual intrigue that go beyond the story itself. What makes Modì particularly compelling is the way it mirrors Depp's own tumultuous trajectory. Once hailed as one of the most versatile and enigmatic actors of his generation, Depp's career faced significant setbacks amid highly publicized legal battles and media scandals. With Modì, he doesn't just step behind the camera, he reclaims his narrative. Unlike his directorial debut, The Brave, 1997, which was experimental and divisive, Modì is a project grounded in historical context, emotional truth, and visual poetry. It allows Depp to blend his aesthetic sensibilities with the raw, real-world pain of a man trying to outrun both society and himself. The stakes are higher, the material more grounded, and the parallels to Depp's own life more poignant than ever. This is not merely a comeback. It's an artistic declaration. The cast surrounding Depp and Pacino is equally impressive, including Riccardo Scamarcio as Modigliani, an actor known for his intense performances and emotional range. Scamarcio's embodiment of the tortured artist is reportedly haunting and transformative, capturing the volatile blend of brilliance, arrogance, vulnerability, and despair that defined Modigliani's life. His physical resemblance to the painter, coupled with an emotionally nuanced performance, lends the film a layer of authenticity that biopics often struggle to achieve. Also featured is French actor Pierre Ninet, playing Maurice Utrillo, a fellow painter and one of Modigliani's close contemporaries. Their dynamic in the film explores the deep connections and rivalries that fueled the artistic ferment of early 20th century Paris. These relationships are not treated as historical footnotes, but as living, breathing conflicts that shape the trajectory of modern art. Shot in Budapest and various European locales that mimic 1910s Paris, the cinematography of Modì is reportedly lush, gritty, and textured, a visual homage to the chaos and beauty of the artist's world. The production design is painstakingly detailed, with every cobblestone street, every cafe, and every artist's studio reconstructed to reflect the energy of a city on the cusp of transformation. The color palette shifts from the muted tones of Modigliani's destitution to the vibrant bursts of color that reflect his inner world and the art he so desperately wanted to share. Depp's directorial choices, from the framing of intimate conversations to the sweeping views of a city in flux, serve as an extension of the painter's psyche, turning the entire film into a canvas of emotion and memory. Music plays a crucial role in Modì, underscoring the character's emotional states and the socio-political atmosphere of the time. The score, composed by a yet-to-be-revealed European maestro, weaves together classical motifs with modern dissonance, capturing both the timelessness of Modigliani's art and the chaos of his life. Moments of silence are just as powerful, with scenes of Modigliani wandering the fog-drenched Paris streets in the early morning hours, desperate, haunted, and searching for something elusive. These quiet, introspective moments allow the audience to sit inside the artist's anguish and ambition, reminding viewers that sometimes the most profound statements come without words. Behind the scenes, Depp has assembled a tight-knit crew that shares his vision. Many of them are longtime collaborators, including cinematographer Benoit Delhomme, who brings a painterly eye to the film's visuals. The editing, reportedly crisp yet poetic, allows the film to flow like brushstrokes on a canvas. Each scene, building upon the last, culminating in a powerful climax that leaves the viewer breathless. Depp has reportedly kept the set atmosphere intensely focused but supportive, allowing for improvisation while maintaining a strict adherence to emotional truth. Al Pacino, meanwhile, brings his decades of experience to bear not only on screen but also as a mentor and sounding board for Depp, reinforcing their creative partnership in ways that elevate every frame. One of the most compelling aspects of Modì is its refusal to sanitize the artist's life. There are no easy redemptions here, no glossing over the darker aspects of Modigliani's existence. His struggles with addiction, his frequent brushes with the law, and his tumultuous relationships, including his love affair with Jeanne Hébuterne, are portrayed with brutal honesty. The film doesn't ask the audience to admire Modigliani. It asks them to understand him. It's a portrait of a man whose genius often felt like a curse, whose art was both a salvation and a source of torment. Depp's decision to focus on a narrow time frame allows for a deeper dive into Modigliani's psyche, avoiding the pitfalls of cradle-to-grave biopics that often skim the surface. In many ways, Modì is also a film about legacy, how it is built, how it is lost, and how it is remembered. Modigliani died young, his work unrecognized in his lifetime, only to be hailed as revolutionary after his death. Depp's own journey echoes this theme, an artist often misunderstood, vilified, and now, perhaps on the cusp of a critical renaissance. By choosing to tell Modigliani's story, Depp is also telling his own, a story about the price of authenticity, the burden of genius, and the enduring power of art to transcend time and judgment. Al Pacino's involvement further underscores this idea representing the enduring spirit of a generation of artists who, like Modigliani, refused to be silenced. As the film nears its release, buzz continues to build, not just among critics, but also among fans who see this as more than a movie. It's a cultural event. Film festivals are lining up to premiere Modì, with early whispers suggesting that it could debut at Venice or Cannes, both venues deeply connected to Depp's cinematic history. Awards speculation is already swirling, with many predicting that Scamarcio could be a breakout contender for Best Actor, and that Depp's direction might finally earn him the critical acclaim that has long eluded him. Whether or not the film sweeps awards season, its impact is already undeniable. Modì has recentered the conversation around Johnny Depp, not as a tabloid figure, but as an artist. For Pacino, the film is a testament to his lifelong commitment to storytelling. Even in his 80s, he continues to push boundaries, to collaborate, to mentor, and to take risks. His role in Modì is expected to be smaller in screen time, but immense in emotional weight, a performance that could stand alongside some of his most iconic work. Watching Pacino and Depp, two cinematic rebels, bring Modigliani's world to life is not just a treat for audiences, it's a reminder of what cinema can achieve when passion and purpose collide. Modì is not just another film project, it is a cinematic event that transcends the medium. At its core, it is a reflection of pain, passion, and perseverance, captured not only through the life of Amedeo Modigliani, the troubled and brilliant Italian painter and sculptor, but also through the very hands and hearts of those bringing his story to life. This is a film that doesn't settle for telling a biography. Instead, it immerses the audience in the essence of artistic turmoil, the very chaos and beauty from which true art is born. In Johnny Depp's direction of Modì, we find more than a director at work. We find a man reclaiming his voice, revisiting the concept of identity through the mirror of a haunted genius. Johnny Depp's decision to direct Modì speaks volumes. After years marked by intense public scrutiny, legal battles, and a career clouded by controversy, Depp's pivot to directing this biographical drama is not just a professional choice, it is deeply personal. In Modigliani, Depp finds a kindred spirit, a man whose creative brilliance was constantly at war with personal demons. Much like Depp, Modigliani was often misunderstood, romanticized, and vilified in equal measure. By bringing this story to the screen, Depp is making a powerful statement that brokenness can coexist with genius, and that true artistry often comes from navigating the dark alleys of the soul. The cast assembled for Modì is equally reflective of the film's gravity and artistic ambition. With names like Al Pacino and Riccardo Scamarcio attached, the project has the kind of pedigree that evokes the golden age of cinema. Pacino, a legend whose mere presence lends gravitas to any production, adds a layer of dramatic weight, while Scamarcio, known for his intense and nuanced performances, captures the spirit of Modigliani himself, a man consumed by his vision, yet plagued by the very fire that fuels it. The chemistry between the cast members is not just professional, it's magnetic. They seem to understand that they are not merely acting, they are channeling a narrative that demands emotional honesty and raw vulnerability. Behind the camera, the crew is just as formidable. The cinematography is reportedly drenched in the same melancholic beauty that defined Modigliani's art: shadowed alleyways, candlelit studios, and the evocative interplay of light and texture that draws the viewer into a world that feels both timeless and fleeting. The music score, delicately woven through the film's emotional arcs, underscores the weight of each scene without overwhelming it. Every element, from costume design to set construction, is meticulously crafted to echo the Bohemian disarray. An emotional richness of early 20th century Paris where Modigliani lived and worked, but Modì is not simply a period piece. It's a story about resilience in the face of despair. Modigliani's art was never fully appreciated during his lifetime. He was ridiculed, shunned by the art elite, and lived much of his life in poverty. Yet he continued to create obsessively, defiantly. That spirit of unyielding commitment to one's craft, even in the face of total rejection, is what gives this film its heartbeat. It's a narrative that echoes Depp's own journey through Hollywood, ostracized, criticized, but ultimately enduring through sheer devotion to the art of storytelling. This film is also a meditation on the price of genius. Modigliani was a man who loved deeply and suffered intensely. His work was marked by emotional extremity, elongated figures with haunting expressions, portraits that seemed to see beyond the surface. These were not just paintings, they were psychological studies, each stroke a confession. Depp's approach to storytelling mirrors this. He doesn't shy away from Modigliani's self-destructive tendencies, his addictions, or his volatile relationships. Instead, he presents them with an honesty that is rare in biographical cinema. There is no sanitization here, no effort to make the subject more palatable for mainstream consumption. This is the artist in full, brilliant, tortured, unapologetic. That sense, Modì functions on two levels. It is a film about a man's battle with himself, and it is also a mirror held up to every artist who has ever questioned their worth in a world that measures success by commerce, not contribution. It asks difficult questions. What does it mean to be an artist? Is greatness worth the cost of personal destruction? Can beauty arise from chaos? And most hauntingly, does the world ever truly understand genius until it's too late? Depp's return to directing after more than 2 decades is also symbolic. It represents a form of rebirth, not just for him, but for the industry's concept of artistic redemption. In a cultural landscape that often rushes to judgment, Modì is a reminder that stories are complex, people are flawed, and sometimes The most meaningful art is born from suffering. By stepping behind the camera rather than in front of it, Depp shifts the spotlight and lets the story take center stage. It's a humble yet powerful move, allowing him to contribute something deeply meaningful to cinema without the noise that has surrounded his personal life. The anticipation around Modì is palpable, not just because of the cast and director involved, but because it arrives at a cultural moment ripe for introspection. The world is hungry for stories that feel real, for characters who bleed, for narratives that do not flinch in the face of ugliness. This film offers all of that. It is not a sanitized, prettified version of history. It is a visceral, immersive experience that invites the audience to confront the cost of brilliance. As the world prepares to witness Depp's boldest artistic move yet, Modì positions itself as more than just a film. It is a statement, a culmination, and perhaps most importantly, a beginning. A beginning for Depp's next chapter. A beginning for a new kind of storytelling in Hollywood, one that values truth over polish, soul over spectacle. It is a cinematic act of courage, a work that insists that the most broken lives can indeed yield the most breathtaking masterpieces. And in doing so, it carves out a permanent space in the annals of film history, not as a spectacle, but as a reminder of what art is truly about: empathy, complexity, and the unrelenting pursuit of truth.